Guys, welcome back as we head out on our next Nemeth family adventure. This past weekend, the boys had 4 days off. First, we were going to stick home and regroup a bit, but if you've ever spent 4 days inside with feral children, you'll understand why we didn't make it longer than 48 hours before we needed a change in location. We decided to pop up to our favorite place in Maine, Kennebunkport, and we're really excited to take you guys along for this adventure. Normally, when we head up north, we like to get outside to adventure as soon as humanly possible. But because of the cold weather this trip, we decided to take a detour and do an inside activity. The Kittery trading post, right as you cross the border into Maine, was a perfect place for us to spend some time this afternoon. Matt and I had the plan just to browse around and see what they had to offer, but the boys had a few spending dollars burning a hole in their pocket, so headed right to the fishing section, of course. Feels like they felt every single item in the department, and until I decided to pull rank and say, let's go check out the rest of the store.
There's one day. There's a castle in there. Look at these. Wait, those? Look at them.
Alright, head on up the stairs. All the fishing gear that the boys just had to have. This store has everything for somebody that they could want. Clothing for the whole family, camping gear, hunting stuff, you name it, they have it. And the fudge smell throughout the whole store made it impossible to leave without a little dessert treat.
Oh, this is a panel.
What's this? This one has a note.
Whoa.
This is
7,500
Can we take the road less traveled? We could get lost on the way. We could spend a whole life chasing.
One thing I just wanted to point out that I thought was so cool was this Yeti freezer here. I mean, how smart is this thing? The option to have ice packs already frozen for you as you're swinging through on the way to an event. It might just be that I can't turn off my business marketing brain, but I thought this was genius. Bravo to whoever came up with this idea. After our Goldilocks boys tried out all the chairs that the store had, we decided if we spent any more time there, we'd buy a whole bunch of stuff that we didn't quite need. So we headed out for our first stop in York and the Wiggly Bridge. I am obsessed with coastal Maine and the views they have to offer. Everywhere you look, there's beautiful coves with cedar shake sheds, lobster boats, and wildlife. And approaching the Wiggly Bridge is no different. On our first trip to Maine in 2020, we didn't know the area, so we relied on internet search, which led us to the Wiggly Bridge here in York. Ever since that first trip, we make this outing every time. Parking here can be a little tricky, especially in the summer, so make sure you're up for walking a bit of a distance when you visit. There are walking trails and boardwalks on both sides of the road, and each year they make improvements with new signage and trail upgrades. We had no problem parking this trip, as you can see.
Put on a new shirt, shave my face, so it's more kissable, 'cause that's the spark that we need some days. When you're gone, I'll speak your love language. Acts of service and whatever the other four are. When you get home, you know I love the love we make. But if you need to just kiss, that's okay. I'm good with that.
The bitter cold and wind today, we definitely set our expectations for what we could do outside lower than most trips. We used to like to cram as many adventures in as possible, but with temps of -5 and 50-mile-an-hour winds, it wasn't realistic this time. We were thankful to have been a few minutes behind what appeared to be the first group to visit the Wiggly Bridge today. Their pre-established snow holes made it easier for the little boys' legs to keep up.
I'm not really into compromising much, but it doesn't really feel that way when it's at the hands of true love.
Cold and the wind isn't all bad because it makes the water such a beautiful green color, and the wind and the current is just so beautiful too. It definitely made us more cautious when we were crossing the bridge than we've ever been before though.
Wherever you pray, wherever you lay, I'll be there when you call me. Over rivers and roads, wherever you roam, I'll be there when you call me.
Look at me. Then you look at me through the glasses on. You see him?
When time starts to break and the dawn is away, I'll be there when you call me. At the end of the day, when the world is away, I'll be there when you call.
Of the Wiggly Bridge is strong, and the boys normally love to stand and shake each other as they pass. Today, we opted for safer passage as we clung to the rails and navigated a nice path in the middle. Please don't think this is a scary adventure, though. The weather today was not normal, and I'm sure not many would visit this attraction in this type of weather.
Close your eyes and listen. Oh, what a beautiful sound. Close your eyes and listen to the sound.
go look at the sign really quick first?
When all hope has escaped and the darkness awaits, I'll be there when you call me. If your direction
Yummy
home
carrots.
is lost amongst the
Put
cold,
it back where it belongs.
I'll be there when
You
you
don't cover it.
Carrot from the ice.
So hum this tune and hold on tight. I'll be with you in the morning.
The Wiggly Bridge here in York is definitely one of our family non-negotiables. We do it every trip, no matter the weather. It's always a great stop on our way up to Kennebunkport. Beautiful, green, blue, clear water. The summertime, there's kids jumping off this bridge. Obviously not today. Always very well maintained. Just a great spot to hang out. And today, eat
A carrot.
After you cross the Wiggly Bridge, the trees open up and you can do a loop, which is a nature walk. They have amazing cove views, and the trees on this day provided us with the shelter we needed from the wind gust. In the summertime, they put pages of children's books along the trail, so by the time you finish the walk, you have read a whole story as well. The coves are perfect, and we always see wildlife there. A few years ago, we saw a woodpecker, and the boys still look for him every time we go. After we made the loop, we were back at the bridge. At the end of the loop, I was perfectly content to just stare out at the water all day, but we decided there was much more to see, so we grabbed a quick family selfie and braved the wind tunnel back through the bridge to head back to the car.
Wherever you pray.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
I could search the world, would I be happier than now? What if I get hurt? What if we don't work it out? It's not the way you look into my eyes. It's not the way you touch my hand and smile. I love you.
Taking views as we passed through York. Skipping our normal stop at Nubble Light, we kept trucking through Agunquit, both adorable towns with so much to offer. We'll have to take you guys there on a future trip for sure.
Sometimes you make me mad, and then I make you sad with my words. You love my honesty.
At this point, lunch was 100% in order, so we stopped at our favorite fast casual Mexican spot in Wells. Scratch-made food with cocktails served super fast with when you have kids in tow. How can you go wrong?
It's not your laugh or charismatic charm. I love you. I love you. 'Cause I want to. 'Cause I want to.
Guys,
Kennebunkport.
What do you love most about Kenny? What?
Okay, on the beach.
The beach? How about you, Winnie? No? Nothing? Got nothing?
The beach
Our family's been staying at the Seaside Inn here in Kennebunkport since 2020. We visited many times and every stay has been exceptional. We'll dive more into the hotel later, but just admire how close it is to town, but offering the perfect amount of buffer space from the hub for a little more tranquility. Always a quick, easy check-in here, so we dropped our bags in the room and headed to the beach. If you don't think you're a beach person in the wintertime, go ahead and give it a try. It's just perfection. Just like our walk at the Wiggly Bridge, at least one other brave soul had ventured out before us, so we used their tracks to help us make our way the short walk to Gooch's beach. This is a public beach with a private feel. I'm here in peak summer and it still doesn't feel crowded. The beach access we utilize through the inn is private and for guests only. It's super convenient on days when you're hauling all the beach things, and today when you're wading through foot ice snow.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now. So
not a hotel guest, there is on-street parking. This is an amazing beach for kids because the waves stay small and there's no scary undertow. Our boys prefer to find a rocky cove on any beach they go to, and Gooch's beach offers both sides. In fact, one year we found a giant crab that the boys dubbed the alpha crab, and now it is used as a unit of measure to compare all other crustaceans. I'm always in awe about how the beaches we frequent change from visit to visit. One day we'll find loads of shells, the next time only rocks. Some days we hit a sea glass jackpot, and some days nothing. Visit all the rocks are perfectly smooth by the strong wind. Can't help leave without a pocket full of treasures each trip, no matter how much I tell myself no more.
Was my peace of mind, was those 5 years. I want them back. Why do I always feel this way? So
It's pretty cool now.
another dream right before.
Taking a look at me. Give me a good smile.
I love snow.
The sunlight dances on the balcony as I wait for thee to come home. I fumble my words, yeah, my mind's a mess when you're in that dress. Glad you're home.
I've always wanted to be at the boat.
Will you stay with me and never leave?
Nobody down.
You walked into my life and I am glad you
Yeah, if you
came.
can.
Glad you came. When you're not around, I feel broken. Glad you came.
Walk towards
Glad
the
you
sidewalk and then we're
came.
gonna take a right.
It's right.
Yep.
That one?
Your way.
Yeah. Let us start. Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
I'm sorry that I put you on the back burner.
Please no bathroom activity up. That's
Other matters
Abiding by your own rule of taking it easy, we headed out downtown to explore and see which stores were open during the off-season. They were still digging out from the latest snowfall. Our walk turned into another hike while the boys hopped in and out of snow piles along the normally bustling downtown sidewalks. We were obviously aware that we were visiting here during the off-season. Coupled with the most recent snow, most of the shops were closed. Many businesses are also undergoing construction in preparation for the busy season. Visiting anytime, but off-season definitely has its perk. Lodging is a fraction of summer rates, foot and car traffic is non-existent, and there's no long wait at any restaurant.
so it's more kissable, 'cause that's the spark that we
Walk right
need
behind Papa.
someday.
Single file.
When you're gone, I'll speak your love language. Acts of service and whatever the other four are. When you get home, you know I love the love we make. But if you need to just kiss, that's okay.
As much as we prefer to be outside in nature, this part of Maine has some of the best drives in New England, so being stuck in the car is never a bad thing here. Seeing the difference in snowfall from what we get in northeastern Connecticut, along with the backdrop of the ocean and the beautiful estates here, the view never gets old. We drove past the Bush compounds and up into Cape Porpoise, which is, in my opinion, one of the best little towns I've ever been to. We will definitely take you there on a future trip. As day turned into night, we braved the ever-persistent wind tunnel to head to dinner. Voted for Chinese food, so we headed to East, located in Wells, Maine. It was our first time there, but we had a wonderful meal and would definitely recommend. We'll be back for ourselves for sure. Everyone was exhausted after dinner, so it was an early night for all. Stay tuned for our next video when we head out on day 2, which includes lunch at an ice fishing shack, exploring an old military fort, and much more.